Welcome back, people. I'm Zach, and today we're on the Isle of Raasay, just east of the Isle of Skye. And what we're doing here, well, to tell you the truth, the weather wasn't good enough to head up onto the mountains today, and so I thought I'd just try and do something close to home but still adventurous. So the Isle of Raasay has about 160 people living on it, which is obviously a very small amount for what I'd say is, a decent sized island. 10% of that 161 people actually work in the whiskey distillery just down the road. So currently what I'm doing is I'm just walking just along the only road really on the island. So this road just runs right from the port down at the bottom all the way straight up to the north of the island to a place called Arnish. Now, back in day, people who used to live in Arnish, they had to walk. Essentially, there was no road. So for the final 2 miles, there was no road. Now, this led to several issues. The first one being depopulation. So the population of the north of the island actually decreased significantly. So other than the whiskey distillery, there is a few other famous things about this island. And in particular, is a stretch of road called Calum's Road. Now what makes this road special is it was built by one man. His name was Malcolm MacLeod, but he went by the name of Calum to the locals. And yeah, so one man built this entire 2-mile stretch of road that I was on about earlier that never used to exist, or now exists thanks to him. So from 1962, he began his work, and it took him approximately 10-12 years until the mid-1970s to finish it. I mean, to be able to craft a road around some of the harshest cliffs in the harshest weather, arguably in the world, is remarkable, let alone doing it on your own. And he also did this alongside his other work, so he had his own croft in Arnish, as well as lighthouse duties and general just DIY work. So you might be wondering, why did Calum build this road? And there are several theories as to why, but the main one is that the people of Arnish, they had to walk 2 miles extra. There was no road for the final 2 miles of their journey. And Calum had been pestering the council saying do something, put plans in place, and they'd all been rejected and declined. So he took matters into his own hands and, armed with nothing but a pickaxe, a shovel and a wheelbarrow, decided he would just build the road himself. Quite simple. And another thing on Calum's mind was the depopulation of the north of the island. So the island as a whole went from a population of 470 to about 160 over the course of a few decades. And whilst Calum was actually building the road, so over the decade that Calum built the road, everyone around him left. Everyone else in Arnish left, and it ended up just being him and his wife at the end of it all. Which is kind of sad, kind of sad. That's right. You might make a feature. Now there are several other theories as to why this road was built, other than to prevent the depopulation of the north of the island and to connecting the south and the north to make commuting easier for travel, work, etc, etc. The first one, which is a bit more believable, is that he only saw his daughter 5 times a year, and that was due to the troubles she had getting over to the Isle of Raasay and then up to see him. And so he thought by building this road, he'd be able to see his daughter, who went to school and worked on the Isle of Skye, more often. The other reason, which I think is slightly less plausible, but I have heard it, is that him and his wife, if they were to have a kid, which seems unlikely given he was 52 years old when he started building this and finished when he was in his mid-60s. But if they were to have a kid and something went wrong, what happens then? What's he going to do? Pick her up and run off-road with her in his arms down several miles of boggy terrain? Like, let's be real, you probably would struggle. But again, that's a theory that is probably a bit less plausible, bear in mind their age. You boys clapped. My hat's flown off somewhere back here, and I've no idea where. My beanie's gone. Can't find it. That is pretty devastating, actually. I was quite fond of that thing. Yeah, my Rugby World Cup 2019 Japan beanie. So if anyone is ever venturing out onto the Isle of Rassay and sees said beanie, give it back, alright? Yeah? So some more interesting facts about this road was that until 1982, which is where the Community Council took over the road and tarmacked it, Calum actually was only able to drive to the end of the section he'd made. And the reason for that is he didn't actually have his driving licence. So he could drive on the bits he created which weren't yet council roads. But as soon as the council took over, he was no longer able to even drive on his own section, which is pretty mad. So thanks to this amazing effort by Calum, he's actually entered folklore legends, and he's a bit of a hero in the Scottish Highlands and around these ends. And fair play to the man, and deservedly so, because what he's done really is amazing. He's had books written about him, movies are being, I'm fairly certain there's a movie in production at the moment based on Calum, and there's even a song about him as well. So, big up Calum, because what he's done not only took persistence, intellect and courage, also patience and a whole lot of hard work, actually. And that is that, people. That's the end of the road. So there's a wee cottage there, and then it says there's 3 heart cottages up that road there. However, we're not going to go and explore that because we've got a different agenda now. We are heading to a bothy at the very north of the island. So we're going to follow this to Turan and apparently walk through some abandoned settlements, as well as a bit of a bog again, but everyone loves a bog. So we're getting pretty remote now, probably a few miles away from the nearest other person, which is such a nice thought. I love just getting away from everything, just anything at all really. It just gives you that just peace, puts things into perspective, getting away from it, even if it's just for a short while. You can look back, reflect. It's just, it's good for the soul, good for the spirit, I think. So, yeah, I'd say we're probably about halfway to the bothy. The going's getting a bit tougher. The path is becoming less and less path, as it said it would, until there is no path left. So, yeah, it's very beautiful up here though. It wasn't long until we rocked up to the bog, and it looked pretty impassable. However, once through, the cause of the bog was revealed. So I've managed to find a path heading in the general direction I'm wanting to. So I'm just going to follow this for a bit. But let me tell you, the Isle of Raasay is a special place. Now, I was not expecting these views when I rocked up here this afternoon. I thought, because it's not a very mountainous island itself. However, it just grants that platform to view the beauty of the mountains around it. You can see the Skye Coolins. You can see over northeast towards Torridon, Ullapool. Like, it is incredible, and that goes for the whole island as well. I'm looking north now, and it's just islands. I don't know if you'll be able to make out. It's just islands dotted about, and it's just beautiful. Like, my phone doesn't do it justice at all. It's 100 times better than it's showing, and if you're ever up these ends, just come to Raasay for a day and just, I think it's £18. I bought my car on the island with me. It's £18 return, so I return tomorrow. Now that's not bad for a day out. There's loads of hiking routes. It's just a beautiful place, honestly. I'll chuck some more photos up here for you, just so you can see kind of what's about, because honestly it's glorious here. I love it. Soon after, the abandoned buildings came into view, and it's hard to imagine what life would have been like for the farmers who worked up here in these remote and tough conditions. Then the Bothy appeared, and it was spectacular. The views around it were amazing. However, there was one issue. The door had been left open. Now, I've been to my fair share of Bothys, but this was the first one in which the door was open prior to me getting there. And this did worry me a little bit, because you just don't know what could be inside. We couldn't turn back now. We were spending the night here, whether we liked it or not. Alright. It seems right, this, and that is a sick chair. I don't even care what you say, that is awesome. So this is the Bothy, everyone. Not bad. Sleeping mats, because I haven't got my mattress replaced yet, so they're a welcome surprise. This is handy, you know. I like this. Hey up. This is the setup we got going. Got the fire, a few drinks. These are the co-op ciders, and for the price of them, you know, I'm not overly impressed. They're all right. They'll do the trick, but they don't compete with the Tesco's Finest that I'm so used to nowadays. Also, courtesy of the big man himself, Dad, got me a little dram of Copper Dog. Set this up with me last week when I moved up. I've been saving it for a special night, and it looks like tonight is that night. I just wanted to read an extract from the Bothy book this week, and it's from the most recent diary entry before me, so it comes on October the 4th, so 6 days ago, so last Tuesday. And I'm just going to read it to you. I think it's quite a good one. I haven't read one quite like this in a while. The four of us, Flipper, Crabby, Sharky and Chris, were meant to go to the Isle of Rum, but the ferry was cancelled. Sitting in a cafe, strangers overheard our failed plan and recommends that we go to the Isle of Raasay. We saw a book on the way in near the Bothy. My buddy Jack, aka Sharky, went head up with him, sustained severe lacerations to both femoral arteries, so we used a spade to finish the job. We dug a shallow grave behind the Bothy for him, but it was too wet to finish. Just kidding. He's fine. And he feels, and he feeds us cheese all the time. The deer were real though. Now they're yelling at me because I'm writing this on shrooms and I've gone rogue. No, wait, Joe Rogan. You should say the Bothy is nice, says Chris. It's lovely. A really amazing place. Signed off by the 4 of them. That is what a Bothy entry should be like. So if anyone wants to come on a Bothy night with me, just hit me up, I'll come for a Bothy night whenever you want. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my ciders, finish the whiskey, and then head to bed. I've been up for 21 hours now, so I'm not sure how much longer I'm gonna last, because I worked a night shift last night, so I was up from 9 PM last night, and the time is currently 7 PM now, so actually that's 22 hours. But your man's a warrior. No, don't let that get to me. So, yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the extract, and good night. Morning, people. So it's about 9:30ish, and I just set off back along the 6 miles to my car. What a Bothy, I tell you that now, unreal. Beautiful place. I mean, the scenery gets me every single time. It is just stunning. And the forecast today was actually for a lot of rain, so it was a pleasant surprise waking up and it not chucking it down outside, and actually it's even a bit of sun. Like, beautiful. So yeah, unless something extraordinary happens, I'm just going to end the video there. There's a pod of dolphins, fam. Look at that. Get in. And look what I found, man. It's my beanie. Get in. Yo. Nah. That is too decent now. As if. That's mad. It's just sat there. Oh, no. I can't believe that. What a day. What a day. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. I love Scotland so much. It's just the best place.